And welcome back. It is time to get into the action. The Pensioners have managed to field a roster just in time. And well, it is time to get into the pistol, Alex.
Yeah, we're going straight into it. Pensioners taking early connector control. They are starting on the T side with 5 sets of Kevlar. No utility for them on the pistol round, while Endpoint have taken kind of the opposite approach. They've gone for a couple of players picking up the nades for the squad. And right now, Pensioners just sticking together, working their way up through bathrooms, but Endpoint are playing this pretty passive. They're happy to sit back and wait to see what Pensioners are going to do.
Well, we'll see what they have up their sleeve. It's going to be Connor leading the way, the front man. The Glock taking the head off Robin. And a man advantage picked up on the T side. Back in towards long. Thomas and Crucial finding the headshots, and now it's into a 2v3. The CT side hold the advantage and Endpoint have the bomb. There's a big issue here for the Pensioners who are going to have to script their way into this round. Luzza back inside the middle. Connor relocating via the long toilet side. He has to put the player off towards long, he'll take down. So 35 seconds still left, Alex.
Luzza looking for this fight on the bomb site, eventually gets the kill and the dink onto the second man. Surreal on a slither of health, but both Ts are also fairly low right now. Surreal closing the distance as he gets the first kill, and he knows the man is stuck on the bomb site. Connor behind the box. Surreal trying to land this shot in the 1v1. Connor's not fighting yet. He finally goes for it, and Surreal playing it safe, trying to connect. Neither player able to land the shot, but eventually Surreal spots him. Connor gets back over to long, and this clutch continues to be so intense. Surreal on the bomb. He's got the kit. He's sticking it. Connor around the corner. Eventually gets the kill. And the Pensioners come away with a hard-fought pistol round win.
Well, it took some time and it was scrappy and pretty much disgusting overall. But the Pensioners do walk away with the pistol win. Connor with a 3K in the pistol round. Oh, this is a good start for the Pensioners.
Good work.
This is the kind of performance you want to see out of them early, though, isn't it, Alex? Like, this team, the Pensioners are a team with a lot of potential, but never really show it.
Yeah, especially in that round, just kind of scrimming it onto the A site, just relying on the aim to win those fights. That's the start you want to see from Pensioners, like you were saying. Some of the individuals showing up. Rigon just about controlling that spray. Nice couple of kills over on B.
Well, Rigon getting a double. Swaggy in towards middle with the Galil. Will start moving forward. Robin inside of the toilets. 13 HP. Swaggy gets timed up and forced down the connector, but Shani is going to find the kill in towards the toilets. It's Robin that has been taken down. Connor with a kill as well. And now it's only Crucial. A 1v5. So many players on the Pensioner side have been tagged, but none yet to die. Although Crucial looks to try and change that fact. And he will miss his shot. Goes back for more and misses again. This is not the type of shot you expect Crucial to miss, but he will back away, and somehow Pensioners still have 5 players alive.
There we go. Crucial gets the headshot he was looking for. Clearly, the previous position he was playing from was cursed. He just had to reposition to heaven, and he gets a second shot onto Shaney. Good work from Crucial. After some missed shots, he makes up for it. It's all about just doing some damage here at the end, though, and eventually Crucial will be taken down by Swaggy, who is playing for the Pensioners squad today.
Yep.
That's a 2-0 start for them.
He is playing instead of Yuho from the last time that we've seen them. We were under the illusion early on that it would be Rigon, but the Pensioners, with a lot of changes last minute, at least they're here. That is the most important thing, right? Well, Endpoint, they have got 2 P250s in play, Thomas and Surreal wielding those. So this should be a round that the Pensioners pick up relatively easily without too much resistance coming in from Endpoint. They can have 4 players stacked in towards middle with Mighty Max pushing through the water. With the USP in hand, he's been run over the top of. Swaggy taking his head off with the Mac-10.
Oh, here we go. Swaggy rounds the corner. Plenty of players against him, and therefore he can't get a single kill out of that position. But the information's there for Pensioners. They can now go back to the B site. They've only lost the Mac-10, so it's not too big of a problem. And that's a good play from Swaggy just to get the information from his teammates there. Even if he doesn't get the kill, they are now much safer moving over to B.
Bomb has been planted.
Well, bomb planted on the B-bomb site. The Pensioners now just have to hold off a couple of pistols and 1 Mac-10, and Luzza will happily do that all day long. He's got a good angle. 2 players coming in towards him, but he's overrun. Thomas gets rid of him. Luzza hits the deck, and now that's an AK. Robin's like, one man's trash is another's luxury, and he will pick it up and fall away.
Rigon investigating this area. He is going to go for these fights, but the AK is long gone. It's only the players with the weaker weapons left in this position. Good kill from Rigon onto the first man. Robin continues to fight, but eventually Rigon connects on the second kill. So it's just Thomas trying to save this AK, and he should be safe in doing so. 3-0 start for the Pensioners, but Endpoint make the most out of that round, considering their investment. And now we head into the gun rounds, where we'll really get to see what preparation and what team play we're going to see from the Pensioners squad, because that pistol round win mainly just came from them running onto that A site, relying on their aim. But now that we're into the gun rounds, we're probably going to need to see more of those nades and more of that team play come through.
Yeah. Too often do we see underdog teams get off to a brilliant start, a fantastic start in the pistol and the follow-ups, but as soon as the gun rounds come through, that's when they just fall off the face of the earth. They don't put up the performance you'd expect from them. Endpoint are in that position. 3 over towards B at the minute, 2 in towards A. And now Endpoint could be the team that pick up the first gun round and everything will return to normality, but the Pensioners have so much skill, it's hard to really predict if that will happen.
Yeah, I think you're definitely seeing Endpoint show a bit more respect for the skill of the Pensioners squad compared to when they were playing against VAC back on Friday, because they're not going for too much early aggression. They're just sitting back, seeing what the Pensioners are going to do in this first gun round. The nade over mid might do damage, but Robin is going to have to back away.
Well, boost over the top from Rigon, the Swiss player. Oh, that nade comes in. Does significant damage onto Rigon. And of course Connor is now 52 HP. Not from the nade entirely, but add a little bit to it. Rigon, he's going to walk forward. He's going to catch out Surreal. Mighty Max there in reply, gets the trade back in. Somehow Connor is still walking. 4 HP to his name. Barely alive, but Swaggy's making a solo play in towards the A bomb site. Crucial hits the deck, and now Robin playing off towards long. He has a chance here to line them up, but the Swedish player is dealt with by Shaney, and now the bomb can get planted on the A side.
And even though Thomas is hanging around, Mighty Max is not making much of a move here. They realize that in a 4v2, they're not going to be winning this round on the retake with only 2 players. They're going to have to save. Pensioners doing a great job in this round of, I think, taking a slow-paced round, but also being able to make it work with their individuals more than anything else. They didn't need to go for a full execute onto a bomb site. They slowly took map control. They slowly forced Endpoint back. And then once they actually moved forwards, they were able to just force some 1v1 fights. And we've always said we know that these Pensioners players have got the skill. We see there Swaggy with a crisp shot onto the A site. He goes down at the end of the round, but this is a great start from the Pensioners, and that was a good look from them in the first round. In the first gun round there, that's the kind of, I think, round we needed to see to think that Pensioners have got a chance here.
They passed the first test, but there's many more to come against this Endpoint roster. We take a look at the purchase from both teams. Both have an op in play. Bluzzer with his, Crucial with the other. Endpoint getting aggressive with Crucial being the front man. He'll find himself. Connor tries to fall back. His team was blocking, and Mighty Max just might fall here. Not expecting the second player to be there. Rigon, oh my god, ooh. Crucial just out of nowhere lines up 2. 1 bullet, 2 kills. Another push in towards the A-bomb site needs to be successful for the Pensioners. Rigon with his initial kill needs much more than that. He's taking a bombardment of nades through the smoke and bullets as well, and he will get headshotted, Alex.
Yeah, and this is a round where Endpoint show a bit more assertiveness on the map, a bit more aggression coming in from them. I think that's what we want to see from Endpoint at the early stage here. The game was not slipping away from them, but it was starting to go against them in the early stages. So Crucial gets aggressive. He makes the difference in this round with the AWP. He looks comfortable in doing so. Obviously, the 2-for-1 is always a bit of luck, but sometimes they're going to line up for you. And Crucial is in a position where he makes the most of it. And now Shaney is in trouble. AK out. Somehow gets away with that, but he's down to 9 health from the fight.
Smoke on towards the bomb site, flash in as well. And Shinny is trying to sell a little bit of fake in towards A as he drops in a connector though. Crucial is there for the quad kill. 4 kills in 1 round. Impressive play from Crucial. That's the kind of performance you want out of your AWPer. He's just proactive, right? Assertive. Gets in towards water, takes that early fight in towards the tunnel. Doesn't spot the second player and he comes up to drop Mighty Max, but he had repositioned looking in towards connector. Managed the 1 bullet 2 kill collateral. Good stuff coming in from Crucial.
Yeah, and it's a nice switch up of positioning from Crucial as well, because normally you're going to see the AWPers on the CT side play in those bathrooms on the A side of the map, where you can take these long-range fights. But again, this time on the A side of the map, Crucial's getting aggressive, and Pensioners will try and meet him. Crucial not able to connect this time round, though.
Well, the Pensioners just play a slow default. They've still got a buy in here. Very limited utility, so it's a little bit more heavy on the pick presence. They need at least 1 here to start off their affairs. So they're probably going to set up a few players looking for that opening. Crucial sitting back in the toilets. This time not as aggressive, but certainly in an advanced position. He has got a Robin in the corner to help him out. Shaney just jiggle peeking on towards the site, seeing if he could spot anybody. Mighty Max is jump spotting there. But Crucial should be good for at least 1 kill. Then back off. But he doesn't hit the shot. Swaggy so quick. Gets a second as well. And that is unbelievable from Swaggy. Now it's on Thomas at the back of the site to try and step up. He's got 1 kill, but that's all he'll find. As shit, he gets rid of him.
Oh, Swaggy again doing work, and he's opened up the A site. His teammates get much easier fights because they're already on the A bomb site.
Oh.
Surreal gets 1 kill back, but that's all she wrote. Luzza in with the trade on the AWP, and the Pensioners off to a flyer here with a 5-1 lead. And it's come from these slow starts to the rounds, and then they just are able to take the 1v1 fights, and they're able to win them. This is really impressive so far.
Yeah, there's just much more firepower for this team right now, right? Because it's a completely different team than we seen last week, so it's hard to even make a prediction based on this. You've got Swaggy instead of Juho, Riggins in here, Luzza and Connor, Jake M's missing, so we've got Shaney, and you can just see there's a little bit more firepower brought to the table.
I think across the board as well, all these players can show up. In these early rounds, it's been Swaggy winning these fights, but we could definitely see rounds where some of the other players find entries. This time it's Rigon getting aggressive, 2 players close, and the trade is good, but in the meantime, the Pensioners get plenty of frags onto the B-bomb site. They shouldn't have too many difficulties from this point. Another shot from Luzza, and it's looking likely that we're going to see a 6-1 lead. Wouldn't be surprised if a timeout comes somewhat soon here for Endpoint, because it's not getting out of hand yet, but it's getting slightly scary.
It's not completely out of hand, but yeah, it's definitely getting there. I think the Pensioners, obviously, we're not expected to do this kind of damage early on.
I think the one worry I could have for the way the Pensioners are playing right now is that they have been pretty slow at the start of these rounds. So if that's going to continue throughout the half, then maybe Endpoint will start to hold on to some of their nades. They'll start to just play passively and just sit back. But then again, that's really what they've been trying, and they've just been losing the fights, even though they've been in favorable positions. So it's hard really for Endpoint to continue to stick to that, considering it's not been working out for them so far.
Well, let's see if they can change that fact. Robin is yet to get involved. Hasn't got a kill just yet. He's certainly a player that can show up. So Endpoint needs to just get their system rolling. I think that's the advantage they need to use over the Pensioners, is the fact they are a team. They've got the preparation. They've been working hard. They've been going to land. And they just need to show it. And while Surreal is going to show that they have a little bit of potential up their sleeve for getting aggressive, it's going to be Surreal taking away Riggin early on into the round. So man advantage in play already for Endpoint. And they can just go back into a more standard setup instead of the heavy stack towards B.
There we go. Robin is on the board now. Shaney goes down over A long. I think they tried to flash him in there, or it seemed like they tried to, but Robin was not blinded whatsoever. And it looks like Endpoint are going to be fighting fire with fire based on this round, going aggressive themselves to counter the Pensioners squad. And that's made the Pensioners a bit uncomfortable in this round. They're down in the 3v5. Boost will come in for Luzza to see if he can maybe find an angle, find a way back into this round. And at this point, it's pretty heavily up to the AWPer to try and find a pick, because in a 3v5, you've not got too many chances.
Well, corner in the smoke might just be a bit of an issue for them. Not exactly the magic trick they were hoping to see. Well, Robin in the back line is going to try and catch him off. Connor finished off. Does leave Luzza now in a 1v3. You said they needed to rely upon him, but now he's all they have to rely on. He'll get their ball planted at least on towards Optimus, but the Molotov comes in. That's going to force him forward. He's going to miss the shot. Stand in the corner, and the fire will get him in the end. It's going to be Endpoint taking their second round on the board. Well, yeah, again, the Pensioners, that's just a little bit of a taste of their own medicine, right? Just aggression coming from Endpoint.
Has been defused.
Yeah, and I also think you kind of see at the end there why you probably want Luzza looking for the pick or looking for the way into that round, because even though the rifles do an okay job at entering the A site, they still just leave Luzza in a 1v3 with the AWP, which is just impossible almost. With the AWP, you've basically got no chance there.
Yeah.
Maybe with the AK you can transfer onto multiple players, but Endpoint were always going to run him down at the end of the round. Pensioners, though, will be hoping that they can counter any aggression that Endpoint might throw at them this round, as Crucial again goes back to mid, but he decides to play it safe. I think this is the first round where we're not seeing much aggression from either team, Dinko, until Rigon looks to push through Monster.
Well, he might have just caught the perfect timing as well. The jump spots of Surreal haven't spotted him. He also has the back of Connor, but that flash, that is so good. Surreal actually manages to do so much damage that the nade becomes lethal, and Regan is picked off. Early on into the round, Endpoint have the advantage.
Just the utility usage from Endpoint looking a bit better. Not a bad nade.
Thought it was going to be a little bit more impactful than that.
Yeah. Thomas managed to kind of dodge away from it just as it was moving on in. Now the Pensioners will double back to the A-bomb site where Crucial is holding with the AWP. This is where we probably need to see some utility used to counter this sniper holding this angle.
Will they do it though? Luzza has utility. There's the peak. Dry peak as well. She didn't even jiggle the AWP shot out, but unfortunately, they're going to keep running at him. Crucial is just going to take these kills all day long. Can't do this against Crucial, that's for sure. He's going to keep going back until you put an end to him, and that's exactly what Luzza will do.
Molly from Connor forces the man out, but Robin is on the flank from A-long, and now Luzza again in a 1v3. Good shot onto the first man, but he's got to back away, and he's got two players against him. Mighty Max arrives just in time, and Endpoint will take their third round win. And I think this is the worry I was having with those early round wins, was that, yeah, Pensioners were landing some great shots, but there were never really nades being used. And like you said in that round, it's just a bit too easy for Crucial to get those first two kills and really halt the Pensioners push.
Yeah, but look at the spawn as well from Crucial in this round, Alex. He might just be up to the same old antics. Straight in towards middle, he will connector, he will run. If he went towards middle, they're all held back by that Molotov. It will be Crucial taking the early kill. Luzza gone. Shady now halting the heels of the mid players. The boost not working. Thomas gets domed.
Ooh, Crucial goes off the angle at just the wrong time. He said, great shot from Rigon there to give his team a 4v4 position to work from. Connor's still got the AK in hand, and Pensioners will slow it down. They've got connector control, so they can play with the rotations between the bomb sites. No nades left for the Pensioners, but a second AK into their hands, and both players with Kevlar now have the rifles. Unfortunately, though, they also have a man disadvantage thanks to that shot from Surreal.
Yeah, tosses the smoke on in as well to maintain the control, but the Pensioners can actually play with this and just get back up into the tunnel. They're going to play contact through the smoke, it seems. Swaggy going in first, not really the ideal scenario with a bomb. I'd like to send that deagle through. If you lose Shani, it doesn't really matter the whole lot, but Swaggy's going to start sprinting. Surreal in a perfect position to deal with this. There's the bomb. Hot hitting the tech straight away. Connor gets the tread back in, but Mighty Max, we've seen him in this position. Prams upon Prams, and well, he's here again. Looking to try and end it. He's got one on towards Connor. Shani on the back lines is picked off as well. It's 4 for the Endpoint side, and they are really starting to show that they're comfortable on overpass. It was pretty rough at the start, but they've worked their way back in.
Yeah, and this is a slightly suboptimal buy for the pensioners, with Luzza picking up a Tech 9. Shaney's gone for the SG, interestingly enough. Haven't seen too much of that since the nerf. And then decent nades on the rest of the squad, but they're missing that AWP, which obviously would be nice. Rigon doesn't even have a helmet either. It looks like Endpoint are starting to get comfortable in this game. Luzza will be forced away from Connector. He is not too comfortable in this position with the nade blowing open the door, so he will play it safe. And with the pensioners leaving the bomb at T spawn, I think it's fair to say that this is again going to be another slow start to the round for them.
Mighty Max just jumping up. Good point though, Alex. We haven't really seen too much of the Krieg. I think the only person I've seen it use it is you. So, not a great sample size.
Hey, Shaney's just got a kill with it.
Well, maybe
he's bringing it back.
Maybe, Alex, you're ahead of the curve again. Because I will admit, you did use it before people realized it was good.
I used it before it was cool.
Yeah. And then
I'm a trendsetter.
Yeah, that's it. For sure. Mighty Max, has got that kill over towards the B-bomb site. Let's see if the pensioners can reply elsewhere. They currently have already got one kill under their belt, but Crucial is hungry and, well, nearly gets his meal on towards Luzza, but he's coming around the backside and he nearly drops Crucial.
Might make those A players feel a bit vulnerable, but it's the B site play that's coming through. Swaggy, the man, looking for the entries again. This time, though, that is not a favorable fight. Surreal eventually gets traded out at the back of the bomb site, and Mighty Max again in position, but he can't get a single kill on the hold. That gives Pensioners a free bomb plant on B.
Well, Robin is going to get aggressive up through the bridge. They haven't quite spotted him. He's got the perfect position and the perfect of timings, but Shaney has just spotted crossover towards short, so they have the info. He's going to get spammed as well. Robin takes the kill. It's all on the Crucial, and Connor with a double. That's a triple overall in the round, and the Pensioners will get back to winning ways.
Yeah, Connor again coming alive in the late round, similar to the pistol. He's up to 11 kills now after a couple of multi-kill rounds from him. I feel like every week, Dinko, we say that Connor is underrated, but every week he continues to be underrated. This guy doesn't get talked about enough on this Pensioners squad, but he is a very talented player, along with the rest of them. Swaggy's slowed down since he got a couple of those nice entries earlier, but the rest of the squad have made up for it, and now Endpoint's money is in the bin.
Well, two of the players are as well. Robin moves through and takes a headshot on towards Swaggy. Regan getting another kill in towards the B-bomb side. It's Thomas this time, who loses his ginger hair. And we're into a 3v2.
Yeah, Luzza's just got to play safe here with the bomb in hand, move back to the B site where his teammates have already taken control. So that means that 2 AKs can be recovered by Endpoint. They have a decision to make in terms of whether they want to have a look and see if this round is possible. I think if I were them, I'd maybe just save at this point. Without the kits, you haven't got much of a chance. But Robin's got a lot of money, so he's maybe just going to hang around and see if he can get some exit kills, because Pensioners don't have too much money of their own. Again, though, another round win for Pensioners, really putting the rounds on the board at this point. And considering this is the T side of Overpass, I think they've done very well at just grinding out these rounds, getting as many rounds on the board as they can. Even though they maybe don't have the same playbook as Endpoint, they've really been effective with their round wins. Looks as though Pensioners should be safe to save these guns. Oh, they even go for the fight at the end to make sure that Crucial can't save.
Well, Pensioners 8-4 up. Definitely an improvement in terms of firepower across the board. It's Connor and Rigan leading the way in terms of the kills. And we do take a look over at Endpoint. They will get their buy back in. The last 2 rounds were mainly easy because Endpoint didn't have anything brought to the table. But now that they do, they'll see the Pensioners maybe have a little bit more of a challenge going into this round. Facility being used up early. It's going to allow the Pensioners to get across safely towards middle. Let's smoke up.
Ooh, Thomas investigating B short. Rigon's currently in this corner, and Thomas should clear this. A few angles he has to be aware of, but Thomas is in the right place at the right time. Goes for a further fight, but Luzza shuts him down. It is Endpoint who come away with the advantage, though.
Moves forward. It's going to be a headshot. Mighty Max gone, and Shinny coming back in as well. Crucial doing work on the bomb site, getting the double kill, and does leave Laza now into a 1v2. He's going to run back over to spawn where the bomb is currently waiting at the bottom of the stairs. Recollected and reassume and attempted this round. Smoke goes up and trying to sell that he may be heading in towards the A bomb site. Because that smoke is coming from so far back as well, because it's coming from T-spawn, you can't exactly know where that smoke came from. He could be in middle, right? Because sometimes those smokes are pretty obvious, but that one is quite a good fake. Although Surreal smells it from a mile away. He's still chilling here, watching in towards short, because you can rotate so quickly. The Laza walking through the monster tunnel is going to be heading on towards the site. Surreal will not be able to spot this, so Laza should be at least confirmed a bomb plant. And then obviously comes down to the 1v2 retake. Smoke deployed. Plant coming through inside of the smoke, and Surreal is just going to be walking in with this. He doesn't want to give away that he's already inside of the site, but Laza needs to realize this. He hasn't checked water just yet. He hasn't checked the pits, so there could be a player there. He hasn't checked it either, and he's still hiding behind the pillar, so Laza's still alive for the meantime. Could get a series of 1v1s here. Surreal, no, the timing. Laza looks away, but he still stands behind the pillar. He'll find one kill. Now it's all onto Crucial, and he'll hit the shot with the AWP. The round picked up, and the defuse will come through. It's a 5th on the board for Endpoint.
Yeah, good effort from Lizard there, finding the gap in the defense to be able to get onto the B bomb site. He gets the bomb plant at the very least. And then, like you said, the timing was so unfortunate. I think if he gets a clean kill onto the first man there, maybe he has a better chance. Maybe he has a bit more time to adjust and to realize where the other player is pushing from. Doesn't happen this time round. So this time the Pensioners unable to win in the clutch, but they've already won a couple of clutches earlier in this game, and that was a difficult one for Lizard. Definitely a good try. Unfortunately, though, not good enough to keep them on a buy round. It's only pistols in this one, and Robin has opened things up with a nice nade.
Best case scenario for Endpoint now at the half is to trail by 1. Not exactly the position they wish to be in when it came to the CT side of Overpass. But, there were a few questions, will the Pensioners be able to perform on Overpass? And they certainly have in practice, doing this damage on the T side is very impressive. And Shinny's just going to walk up and find a headshot. Crucial is going to hit the tech. Now, Thomas looking for the lineup. He's only managed one in a wild spray. Somehow the Pensioners have got onto the site, and they've got an advantage.
2 guns recovered as well. Lizza and Connor both have Kevlar. They can back off into the bathrooms, which are hard to clear in this post plant. The AWP given over to Lizza as they move on in. There are smokes available. There is the kit for Mighty Max, so Endpoint can still win this round, but Rigon gets the kill from the site, and Mighty Max goes down at the hands of Lizza. Pensioners steal away another round win, and they've just been so good at grinding out these rounds. Even when it feels like they maybe shouldn't get this many rounds on the board, they're up to their 9th round win now, and they could very well be taking a 10th here at the half, Dinko, because it's Endpoint's money, which is now in trouble.
Oh no, this is not the performance you want to see from Endpoint. They looked on prime form the last day, but today is more of the weaker Endpoint. The one that we've seen get beaten by Nerdbridge. Not exactly the performance they'd be hoping to see again. Laza is going to get that opening. Shinny's coming in from behind. He's going to catch Crucial, and he should be aware there was a second player there. Robin just not going back into that angle, instead falling back deep inside of the connector. This guy's going to go all the way around the backside. This might actually work. Laza's aware of the possibility, though. Yeah, Robin's not getting out of this one. He's dead, and Laza has picked it up. He'll go back over towards B with the rest of his team. Currently waiting is Thomas, but he'll not get anything done, and it leaves Mighty Max into a 1v5. Rattling the MP9 away will manage a kill on towards Shaney, but 4 more to collect.
Make that 3 more after he gets a second kill on the round. Spots another player, but the Molotovs are completely locking him into this position. Smoke makes it even more difficult for Mighty Max. They're just not giving him anything here. They're making sure they use their nades. Max does a tiny bit of damage, but he gets another kill. Surely Mighty Max can't be getting away with this. Moving on to the bomb site, the Molotov not thrown quickly enough. Now he finally deploys it, but it's not going to force the player out into the open just yet. I don't think it will spread far enough. So Max isolates the fight. 1v1 against Connor now. He can tap the bomb. He can force the man into the open, but without the kit, can he really win this round? Mighty Max is trying to hold this down. He gets the kill, but I don't think he has time. Mighty Max was such a nice try, but it won't be the 6th round at the half.
Absolutely heartbreaking for Mighty Max. What a try, though. Finding all 5 players. It is an ace, but one that does not deliver a round win. That is unfortunate, but a great display of skill nonetheless. 10-5, though, at the half. The Pensioners are leading. Double figures reached in from the T side of Overpass. Very impressive, Alex.
Yeah, very scary if you're Endpoint. I think Pensioners basically did everything they needed to do to get this 10-round half, right? They won the pistol round from the get-go just based on a quick play onto A, just based on their individuals. They won a couple of rounds which had to come down to clutches. They even had a chance with Luzzer in the clutch to win another round, which could have swung it even further. That's the only clutch round I think they really lost. Heading into this second half, Endpoint are going to have to show us a very, very proficient T side to get this win. And for the pistol round, Pensioners again sticking with the 5 sets of Kevlar, relying on their skill, while Endpoint will have the 1 set of nades in the hands of Mighty Max.
Swaggy peeking towards middle with the USP. It's going to fall back. 3 players from Endpoint already gathered inside of the connector and are going to be making their way towards the top of the stairs. Swaggy inside the toilets is going to be a bit of a nuisance for them, perhaps. But he is playing long side, so maybe not as much of a nuisance as he would hope. One player walking in, that's the bomb spotted, and clean headshot picked up by Swaggy. Will bring himself back on towards the A site, which is via long. He'll be peeking in towards middle again. Endpoint yet to reply. Wasn't really a possibility for them, so Pensioners hold on to the advantage.
Yeah, that's really well played by Swaggy there to get away, to get back to the site, and to slow Endpoint down. But now he needs assistance. There's no rotate.
Oh, no.
Finally, they begin to move, but Swaggy's in trouble. He's blinded on the bomb site. Eventually, they run him down, and Pensioners are nowhere near in position to deny this bomb plant.
No one rotated. I mean, they should have at least had one near the stairs. They just didn't rotate anybody over. Unfortunate, because Swaggy looked like he'd done enough at the start. Getting a good chance on the A side, but crucial rattling shots over the Glock. Manages one in the chaotic spray, but it's Surreal looking for the clean taps in the Glock. It's Robin assisting him and denying the defusal. It's Shinny back on tapping the bomb. Robin not falling for it. All's a steal. He'll stand inside the middle and not swing. Yet another tap, and eventually Robin will go on this one. Realizes Shinny's not on the bomb, and Robin plays this well. Pulls the time so low. And well, unfortunately, Shinny will not be picking up the round win, nor the quad kill. Robin gets rid of him, 10-6. Endpoint find an important pistol win.
Yeah, Robin's always very confident in the plays he makes, and it takes confidence to not peek there when the bomb gets tapped. But I think more often than not, the CTs want to feel like they're in control of that situation. They want to just tap the bomb and feel like they can take the fight. You don't want to rely on a 10-second defuse, which feels so unlikely. So I like that Robin just doesn't peek at the end there, realizing that Pensioners probably wouldn't have a kit based on that previous pistol round buy where they all went for the Kevlar. And we get a second round force buy from Pensioners with a Nova on Shaney. Not a gun you see too often.
Nope. But again, I'm not so against seeing more. I think it's a decent weapon. It's very cheap and very solid. You know, you can get a lot of good kills in close quarter scenario. Ooh, that's good molly. Connor forced away. Shaney might be good for a kill here if he gets the timing right in the door. But it's always risky opening that door. You never really want to do it. Like, you want to do it, but you know if you do it, you're likely to just get blasted in the head. So it's always a big risk. Connor holding in towards middle. He's got the scout in his hands. Crucial in behind the divider. And Endpoint is just going to be walking contact in towards the A-bomb site. Connor is going to be the first point of contact here. So he should be able to at least land a shot. But again, with the scout, unlikely to be a kill. And in fact, he doesn't even land a shot. He is shot at, though. Dropped to 46.
Couple of nades exchanged. Pensioners don't have much utility left. Same can be said for Endpoint, though. They're using their nades now to move towards the bomb site. Thomas gets a good kill onto Connor, and they move on in. Crucial with another frag. This execute from Endpoint should be good enough as Luzzer gets spotted in the midst of the smoke, and Pensioners won't get anything going on this force buy.
Yeah, I thought Loza was going to do something there in that position, but unfortunately the smoke fades and he just gets his head beamed off. Well, Shaney gets one on the Nova, at least showing that he was worth the purchase. And Crucial dropping Riggin as well. 7 rounds on the board for Endpoint, 10-7 now. If you are just tuning in, it was a 10-5 half. The Pensioners led the way from the T side, 10 on the board. Very impressive. But now Endpoint, they win the pistol, they win the follow-up, and they're coming into a good position now where they might just get themselves the next 2 as well. And the Pensioners, you know, in this round shouldn't really be expected to provide too much of a challenge.
You wouldn't think so. But Shaney's having a little look at mid. Not much going his way though, shrunk down to half health. Connor has snuck into a reasonably good position, but over on the B side of the map, Mighty Max taps them down with the MAC-10. Robin's in trouble here. He's going to be a dead man. Just about gets the kill on Connor, but Crucial is there to cover his fallen comrade, and now Luzza is sitting in connector and hoping someone makes a big mistake. Mighty Max will give him a MAC-10, but that is going to give away his position.
Gathering outside of long. Endpoint sending players over towards A. 2 up through long side. Luzza, the sole player with the MAC-10, is on the other end of the map. So, yes, Endpoint will be picking up 8 rounds here on the board. Just making sure that they are methodical. They don't want to throw anything away. No unnecessary kills. And in theory, right, when you look at Overpass and you're a comfortable team on it, this is where we should see the Endpoint advantage come in, is their utility usage, their knowledge of the map, their systems that they've got in place on the T side. This would be where we get to see them have that advantage of being a team.
Yeah, we already saw in some earlier rounds that the execute onto the A site, for example, from Endpoint. That's something that Pensioners basically never showed us on their T side. I think it was very one note from Pensioners. And as much as they rode that to 10-round wins, Endpoint probably do have, as we were saying, that the deeper playbook, more that they can run in terms of their T-side rounds, and now there's only a 2-round difference. Luz has got the AWP in hand. He decides not to peek mid, just throws a defensive smoke. So Endpoint won't be in much trouble in the early portions of this round, though Luzza gets the fight against Robin. No nades, not much going the way of Robin there. Thomas, though, with a spray back, equalizes the numbers straight through the wood.
That's one way of trading, Alex, isn't it? It's just crazy shot. Oh my. Crucial. I don't know if he took the shot, like, you know when you quick switch too fast and you just kind of think you hit the shot? Or maybe you just didn't see him and the timing was off. 2 possibilities there. A little bit unfortunate. Riggin's going to come through the bottom of the door. He's going to catch off Surreal at the top of the connector. Now that's a perfect push, but that one isn't. Connor walking through Monster on his own, gets caught by Thomas. Yet again, is the equalizer, but that's the bomb. Crucial helps his teammate. Mighty Max was in a very awkward scenario there. Survives at 11 HP, but Luzza, the man that opened things up, is on the other end of the map now, up towards Heaven, catching Mighty Max, trying to get back in towards the site. And he's going to be looking for a little bit more from this AWP as well. Still inside of Heaven, but he needs to start delivering miracles here. The Pensioners need their way back into this. And Shaney from the Monster is going to fall to the Monster Thomas. And it's into a 2v1. Luzza takes the drop with the USP. No one buying it just yet. No one peeking. As Luzza will eventually drop inside of the site. Runs forward and Thomas swings. Luzza takes a little bit of damage, but not much to write home about. And there's the fast shot. But Thomas completes it with a quad kill.
Oh, Thomas opened up the round for Endpoint with that wall bang, and he closes it out at the end there after trading his teammate. Pensioners making that somewhat close, but after all is said and done, Endpoint come away with the round. And now they are getting rolling on their T side. Another round where Pensioners have to take a weak buy. They've got the pistols out, but they went for a force buy previously and basically got no reward for their investment. So this time they'll be hoping to get a few more frags. Again, a bit surprised to see Robin at the start of that round just PK long like that. Yeah, I think Luzza pretty often AWPs over at A long, and I mean, Luzza even used to be an Endpoint player, so you'd think that they'd be aware of his tendencies to some extent, but either way, it doesn't cost them in the round because Endpoint make up for it on the B side of the map. Pensioners again going for aggression through B. This time the timing's just right, though.
Regan with Deagle as the front man. Shinny's already got one in the round for the CT side, and while Thomas needs to be careful, he's looking the right way. He was, and he's looked away at the wrong time. He's back, and here's the footsteps. There's the first headshot, but will he expect the second to be there? Connor is right behind his teammate. Thomas up already. That party looks back, and he does spot Connor. He knows he's there. Now Shaney moves forward. Thomas is dealing with this pretty well. Get a couple of kills on the board, at least keeps it even, but Laza needs to deliver, and he doesn't get a single kill.
2 AKs recovered for the CT side. Bomb will be planted safe on the other side of the site. Crucial's got the angle on lockdown. Almost landed that second shot there, but I don't think that wallbang was possible. So Connor just holds the angle, looks for a fight. They've now spotted him, and Crucial will take away the final kill. 23 frags now for Crucial. He's had some solid impact rounds. Been the best player on the server so far in terms of fragging, in terms of output, and we are all tied up. Endpoint are showing their class here by getting themselves back into this game.
I think we started to see signs of Endpoint being online towards the end of that. You know, Mighty Max, even though he didn't win the round, he was definitely showing that he was waking up on an individual level with that ace coming through. Endpoint now in the second half have just been unstoppable. Haven't lost a single round in the second half just yet. Yet another challenge being presented to them. The gauntlet thrown on the floor once more. Endpoint will happily accept the challenge, but there's a buy coming in from the pensioners. All in the hands of Laza that was hitting some shots in their first gun round of the second half. Took a heroic performance out of Thomas actually to win them that round, so they need to be careful. This push in the middle of the site could be a bit of an issue. The head spotted, Thomas sees it, reacts immediately to it, and there's the headshot. Riggin stays up there a little too long, and now the push in towards the B-bomb site is coming, and Robin, he's got a good kill, but Swaggy does well to walk away with 2 kills, and overall 3.
Smoke lands on the site, which allows Crucial to go get the bomb. He can go for the plant now, but Shaney takes out his teammate. Crucial trapped on the site in a 1v2, misses the shot, and that means Shaney can come away with the kill and the round for the pensioners. I thought Crucial might have had a chance there considering the game he's been having, but Endpoint fully commit to that B site, and pensioners looked fully aware that that's probably what was coming their way. They were very ready for the push. The boost gets caught, which obviously gives them the information that there's a few players on B, and then they're able to just slow it down enough so those A players can rotate down.
The thing there for the pensioners is I think they lose that round if Swaggy doesn't just stand in the middle of short and get 3 kills. Like, if he doesn't do that, then I think that round's over. I think Endpoint were just hitting the shots running in towards the site well. Yeah, they made the right call and stacked a few players over there, but the boost fell, the second kill came in quickly on the site itself. Swaggy bailed them out of that position. So really big performance from him. He hasn't got a whole lot to play with in this round, but M4 is enough for him, it seems. He gets another kill.
Yeah, these silenced M4s are seeing a resurgence. That was a team flash, which we won't talk about.
Yep, a little bit cheaper, of course, Alex, so
yeah,
that's why everybody is wanting to pick it up. Save it a little bit of money.
Aggression again.
Yeah,
you don't normally see this much aggression.
Yeah, I think when you've got the mixed mentality, you just kind of do whatever the hell you want, right? He'll just keep doing it until he's stopped. Luz inside the middle, he's going to spot ahead, and he's going to drop Crucial. This is not good for Endpoint. They've lost so many players and map control. They're being flanked at the minute as well.
3v5 and this flank, like you were saying, could be deadly. Shaney's in the bathrooms. He gets away with it. How does he land the headshot out of that position? Robin gives the game away, and Rigon has the execution in from behind. Wow. It's a clean round win for pensioners, not losing a single player. And I think that was the right round for Rigon to go for the aggression, because like you were saying, we've seen the aggression so far throughout this game in a bunch of these rounds, but also Endpoint in that previous round, they did go for the B play. They ended up losing out. So you can maybe expect it to be more likely. They'll try and have a look up at A at the start of the round, and Rigon just has a great read on that.
Yeah, it's a brilliant time to pull it out, and well, look at Endpoint's money, Alex. It's not good at all. Just the Glocks in play, though. They'll be saving as much money as they possibly can and just Glock training straight down the connector here. Robin looking for a kill, but Shinny walks away with a double. Luzza there with the AWP gets himself an important kill on Crucial. Luzza swings into the bathrooms, and every player on Endpoint hits the deck. Money is starting to look really, really good right now for the pensioners. And well, it's 13-10. They are 3 away from victory here on the CT side. 3 away from upsetting the Endpoint roster. And getting their first win as well.
Yeah, that's very true. This is the game that we were expecting to maybe be the most one-sided of the day, but Pensioners have really showed up. They're starting to show us some of those flashes of potential that we saw in previous games, but we're seeing it much more consistently now. And Endpoint are going to be feeling the pressure here. This is a round they really need to win. Connor going for the fight, but Robin holds his ground. He's looking for a second player here. Rigon going into the open, but there are too many players against him. And Endpoint this time come away with the early edge.
Well, Shaney is going to attempt a little bit of aggression now as well.
Wow.
He's going to hear all of those footsteps as they run over towards B. He can get the rest of his teammates who already are in position, but he can let them know it's certainly going to be a B hit. Swaggy just needs to get lucky with his timing. The flash comes through as he tosses the Molotov, but Lazza will bail his teammate out. Now Swaggy can peek. He lines up 1 or 2, but he only manages the 1 kill. Surreal is inside of the site. Just over a minute in play. He'll hop up, and that's a perfect frag to find. He pulls it into a 1v1. Now this would be the ballsy play, to run all the way up to A. That would be a bit of a problem for Shinny. He's just come through Monster. But Surreal doesn't really know if that's the right call right now. At this point, Shinny thinks it could be a possibility, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If Surreal just sits here, Shaney might just go up to the A site. Surreal's now trying to take the initiative, though. Shaney thought he had all the information in this round, but now he's the one who's kind of deprived here. He's just got to get a read, get a guess on where this player's going. And Surreal, who's had a quiet game so far, is slowly maneuvering his way up over to A, where he will have the free bomb plant eventually.
Yeah, and also so much time to get a good post-plant position. Shaney is so far removed from this. Well, I think Shinny probably realizes now. Well, it's A. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock, and well, there's the bomb plant to get a move on. Back up towards the site, you better run. Smoke, flash, and a nade. 100 HP to his name and an AK, Alex. So it is a possibility that Shinny can pull this off. He just needs to get there quickly enough. Surreal has got himself into the bathrooms.
So much time bought here just by Shaney rotating. Half the time gone on the bomb. Shaney's just going to have to get a read here.
Well, he's just going to commit to it. Smoke onto the bomb, pulls it off, hopes that Surreal pushes into the open, and that's exactly what will happen. Shaney pulls it off. 24 kills to his name, 17 deaths, and a 14th round on the board for the Pensioners. A huge round from Shaney. He does only manage the 1 kill, and it is in the 1v1, but he pushes through, and he gets all that information for his team so that they can stay on the B bomb site. Them winning that 1v1 retake is huge from Shaney.
Yeah, it almost looked like Surreal wasn't comfortable spraying into the smoke to try and deny the defuse there. That was probably the safer play if you want to make it, but he wanted to just see if the player was on the bomb or not first, and that cost him his life. That means that Pensioners are now 2 rounds away, and at least the bomb plant for Endpoint gives them the money as they go for some early aggression into B short.
Yeah, and they're going to send quite a few players over here. Rigon is going to be the man taking the early fights. Forced away from the angle, caught with a nade in his hand as the MAC-10 Raid Boss comes in. It's Mighty Max lining up 2. And now look at a 3rd as well off the back of the MAC-10. The cheapest weapon in play, and it's making it work. Crucial with a headshot, an Endpoint. Now we talk about them being a team, all the practice they could have had. This advantage, and the round that works for them, rush B with a MAC-10.
Yeah, Pensioners just not ready for the switch up, right? They haven't seen too many of these really fast plays. So once the MAC-10 rushes onto the site, they're throwing nades. They're thinking that Endpoint aren't going to go that quickly onto the B site. So a good time to call for the switch up on the Endpoint side. It's definitely a ballsy call to make when you know you need to win this round to have a chance of winning in regulation. But I think that's the exact call that they needed to go for. And to see Mighty Max as well get the entries with the MAC-10, the in-game leader gets rewarded for the good call with the entries onto the B site. Great stuff to keep themselves in this game. Pensioners, though, will still have money. Lizard's saving over the AWP. They should still have a full buy into the next round, so there's a lot more work to be done for Endpoint here.
Yeah, a lot more, but first step in the right direction. Mighty Max, I love the fact that he takes the mantle. You know, he's probably made that call to rush B, picking up the MAC-10. That is an impressive showing. Nade goes through. Up towards top middle. Crucial's going to take a little bit on board, but not a whole lot. Regan walks in towards water. That's aggression again paying off for the Pensioners.
Ooh, Maybe a bit too much this time, though. As you said earlier, opening that door, always a danger. Someone can just be holding long range, and Surreal this time gets away with it. Shaney's pushing Connector off the back of that, though. Luzza lands a shot over at A-Long. Flashbang being dropped as he goes for the re-aggression, and Luzza is hungry for blood, but Mighty Max is more than ready for his aggression. It's back into a 3v3, but again, Dinko, they've got a man in the back lines, and Mighty Max has the bomb. Oh my god.
Oh, Mighty Max hidden away, headshot picked up, and while Shaney hits the deck, the bomb is going to be going back over towards B, which is completely empty at the moment of CT sides. And well, it will be Surreal making his way through to confirm. Well recovered. That could have been a scary scenario for Endpoint, although Connor is still here. Surreal wants to check the right side, and Connor needs to win that fight, and unfortunately he doesn't. Surreal pulls his knife, not expecting Swaggy to be so close by. Now they know that the last remaining player is here on the B bomb site, so the bomb can't just walk in alone. They have to play together, and that's what Mighty Max will do, just wait on his teammate. And in that time, Swaggy gets aggressive and loses his head. So 14-12, Endpoint have started to claw their way back into this, Alex. Taking a look at the money from the pensioners, it's good on a few players, but not across the whole team.
Mighty Max upping his game here. Like you were saying, this round, a low buy for pensioners, only pistols. But I think in the last month or two, Mighty Max has been fragging better than the level we usually see from him, which I think is a great sign for this Endpoint squad. He stepped up to be the second top fragger in this game, only trailing Crucial, who has slowed down slightly as this game has gone on. But the pistols in this round for pensioners, as you pointed out, probably don't have too much of a chance. Luzza saving up a ton of cash. Same with Shaney. So Rigon, who has low money, might be requiring a drop in the next round. We'll wait and see. Shaney mollied off that angle. Decides to reposition, but Endpoint just slowly and methodically taking the map control here. Against the pistols, this is definitely the safest way to play, and Shaney is a dead man. Easy pre-fire for Mighty Max.
Mighty Max picking it up. Mighty Max moving forward. Surreal taking down Luzza. Just Eagles in play here for the pensioners at the backside. It's going to be rigging with one, going back up, trying to connect a little bit more. Unfortunately not landing too much more just yet, but he's still alive. He still has that opportunity up until this point, where Crucial runs over the top of him, and Swaggy now on his own. Swaggy's been impressive, though. He's a player that I feel is starting to get better and better, because a couple of years ago when I first started casting, I was casting this guy in Val Online and other UK tournaments. He was definitely solid, but he was never really playing for a good team. I think recently, we have started to see the resurgence of him. He's starting to play much better, more consistently.
Yeah, I think in this game as well, he was playing entry a lot, I think, on the T side. So he got 5 kills kind of fairly early on, and then I don't know if he even got a kill for the rest of the half. He kind of struggled there, but it's definitely been solid. We've seen his aim in some of these rounds. He's won some fights he really had no right of winning. See if he can do the same again here as pensioners go for the full buy in round 28. Luzza's got the AWP and the peek off the back of the smoke. Almost lands the shot, but not able to connect this time round. Pensioners will be backing away, playing it safe. Shaney and Connector was in a vulnerable position, but he will be fine. Luzza babysits him and gets him back to safety.
Smoke going in towards the bathrooms. Nid's coming in behind it as well. Endpoint just going to be playing their slow default approach on the mid-tick. Luzza swinging to the left side, wants to pick up, and he misses the shot. A little bit unorthodox for Luzza. He's going to bring himself back. At least he's still alive. Hasn't fallen just yet. And the fight ensues towards Long. It's going to be Shaney who wins it up against Robin.
Oh, the aggression. Rigon is again behind them. This is all the information the pensioners need. They've got 3 stacked on A.
How does this keep happening, Alex? It's incredible. Luzza, though, hitting shot after shot. That's a 3K already on the site. Swaggy helps him out as well, and that is just huge from Luzza. If he doesn't step up, Alex, still that flank from Riggins coming in. The pensioners are just all over Endpoint right now.
Yeah, it's just been way too often, right? That flank that you were talking about. It's just absurd that he can keep getting away with it, but he does, Dinko. Every round, it seems, Rigon is able to get that flank going. And even if he doesn't get many kills from it, it's the information.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's oftentimes only getting one kill or not even needed to get kills. But the fact his teammates can stack and be ready for the push is absolutely everything.
Well, Connor taking away Thomas into a 5v4. Mighty Max will get rid of Riggin. 4v4. Equilibrium. They have to fight for overtime here, Endpoint. Gathering everyone over towards B, looking to try and finish on this site. The Pensioners will try their best to hold on. This B bomb
finally punished
Riggin. It's actually seen a lot of success for Endpoint, and it will continue, it seems, with Surreal finding a kill.
Ooh, Connor goes down in that position. Great shot from Mighty Max, who was already low on health, and Shaney is in trouble. Spray from Robin is successful, and with Swaggy not having rotated down to the B-bomb site, he's got to bail on this round. I think this time, I mean, I know that Rigon's pushes through Monster have been working well, but you've got to think that eventually Endpoint are going to switch it up, and this time he does get caught. It definitely doesn't help when you're already losing a player on the B site before the push comes in. Endpoint come away with it. We're going the distance, Dinko.
Yep, all 30 rounds. Not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting Endpoint to have an easy time of things. Just walk into this. Maybe we see 10 rounds posted by the Pensioners. But Endpoint should be taking this home all day long. And they've got a battle on their hands. 15-14. Overtime, a real possibility. They're going to have the AWP in the hands of Crucial. AKs galore as well here on the T side. But look at the Pensioners. Luzza, 26 kills. 26 kills on Shinny as well. Shinny coming into this, just massive amounts of firepower being added. Riggin has been really, really annoying for the Endpoint side to deal with. But Crucial, he's got to show up with his AWP. He has been doing so for Endpoint. He's got to do it again.
Yeah, a couple of weaknesses in this spy. Shaney's glass cannon with his AWP on the CT side. No armor for him. Both Rigon and Thomas stuck on pistols. Well, no, Thomas has got the Galil now, sorry. And the Tech 9 in his back pocket if he needs it.
Oh. Well, Shinny forced away from the angle. Flash up. Endpoint. This would be a heartbreaking way to lose. Not all the way back to 15-14. You have to remember, the half was 10-5 in favor of the Pensioners. Endpoint have had to do so much work to get into this position, but the Pensioners have not let up.
Slowly working their way up through A, getting ground, getting into position where they can set up their play. Flashbang clears A long, so that's another position they don't have to be worried about. Liz is holding close to the bathrooms. Pensioners currently with 3 players on this A bomb site, and Endpoint look to be lining up some nades, and Liz is in a pretty aggressive position here. The spam does a bit of damage to him, but he's fine for the time being.
Luzza swinging in towards middle. He's going to catch himself one. It's Surreal who will fall. Mighty Max able to get a headshot back in with the AK. 4v4 pushing towards the A side, but Shaney hitting shots with the AWP this time as well. He's looking for the 30 bomb. That's 3 kills picked up for him. And while Connor coming in alongside Riggin to try and take this bomb site against Crucial. Not enough time. The flank from Connor is there. And there it is. The Pensioners. They managed to take the win against Endpoint. The upset is complete, Alec.